All right, guys, we are going to be making some pepper. It's called Festive Jelly. So in this cup, I have almost 4 cups of peppers. I have green and purple bell peppers. And then I have some hot peppers in here, some habaneros, some jalapeno, and serrano. So it's probably only about 3/4 cups of hot peppers in there. So yeah, we don't want to make it too hot. So we just dump all the peppers in the pot. We're going to add 1 cup of apple cider vinegar to that. And like I said, it's about you want to have about 3 cups of your sweet peppers to roughly 1 cup of anything spicy, unless you don't want your jelly to be spicy at all. So I'm just going to add a cup of the apple cider vinegar to this. And then, guys, we are going to add some pectin. So pectin is what's going to help it gel up. We're going to add 9 tablespoons. Yeah, 9 tablespoons of pectin to this. So like I said, the pectin is what's going to help it gel up. So that's why we're adding so much to the jelly. And this is going to yield us roughly about probably 6 or so jars of jelly. We'll see. So we're just going to mix everything in. So we're going to mix that pectin in with the vinegar and the peppers. And we're just going to let them come to a boil, like a kind of a rapid boil. And I know you probably were thinking, 1 cup of vinegar, is that going to be enough? Yes, it's going to be enough. And you can use whatever peppers you want with this. I've done this one before with red and yellow and orange and green bell peppers. This time, all the peppers I'm using came out of my garden. So I'm just going to let this come to a boil. And once it comes to a rolling boil, I will show you what we're going to do after that. We're just going to add in the sugar, which is going to be quite a bit as well. But you'll see, it's all good. It seems like a lot, but it's not that bad. So let's get this to a boil and I will be back. All right, guys, so now we have our jelly to a boil. And now it's time to add our sugar. So we are going to add 5 cups of sugar to this. Yep, you heard right, 5 cups of sugar. But mind you, you're not going to sit here and eat a whole jar, hopefully. Not a whole jar of the jelly at one sitting. So it won't really be as bad as it sounds. I usually just use maybe a tablespoon or 2 whenever I have some. So yeah, we're just going to mix all this sugar in. And you just want to get it nice and well incorporated. And we're going to just bring everything back up to another boil after we get everything mixed in good, because we want that sugar to dissolve some. Or I should say kind of liquefy some, not so much dissolve. All right. I'm going to get the rest of my sugar out this cup. And we're just going to mix that in as well. And like I said, we're just going to bring this back up to a rolling boil. And then when you bring it to a rolling boil, Lord Jesus, a rolling boil, you just want to let it boil like that for a couple minutes. And you want your mixture is going to look kind of clear-ish. You're not going to see the crystals of your sugar. in it. That's how you're going to know it's ready to go into your jars for canning. And yes, we are canning up the jam. All right, guys. So you see how it is now? It's kind of crystal-like. We're going to keep stirring it to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. So we don't want to walk away from this, but we're going to let this come up to a rolling boil. So once it does that, I will come back and I will show you what we're going to do then. All right, guys, so we got it up to a boil again. You see how it looks a little more liquidy. So we know it's ready. I'm turning the heat off. And then we're going to get this ready to go into some jars so that we can can it up. This is a water bath can, so it doesn't take as long. Once you get it in the jars and get it into the water, get the water to a boil, and your whatever you're canning it in, I'm using a stock pot, but if you have a canner, you know, it's only going to be a 10-minute processing from that point, so that's not too bad at all. All right, guys, so let's get these jars out. I'm going to get you set up and we'll be back. All right, guys, so now we're just going to fill our jars. And we can fill these up to a 1/4 inch headspace. Look at that, guys. Isn't that pretty? That's why it's called Festive Jam, because all those vegetables that you put in there, all those peppers you put in there, it makes it look festive. And whatever colors you use is what's going to make it look even more festive. And I will tell you, it is jelly. Jelly is sticky, so this is sticky. So you want to have, that's why I always have a towel out anyway when I'm filling my jars. I never put my jars on the stove or my counters directly because they're already hot. But you definitely want something there to catch some of this stickiness, some of this mess. It's almost unpreventable. So don't worry about the mess. You can clean it up afterwards. All right, so we're just filling our jars. I will go back and I will fill them a little more to get to the headspace that I want to. So don't worry about that. And whatever's left, if I have some left to where I don't have enough to fill every, all the jars that I have prepared 7 jars to be filled. So we'll see how many I can get in this canning. But look at that jelly, guys. That is so pretty. And it's so good. I have literally had people ask me to buy this jam. So it is good. It's not too spicy. It does have a little bit of a kick on the back end. But it's good. I've had it on pork chops. You could probably throw like some chicken wings in it to have like a sauce for your wings, for shrimp, for salmon, for just about anything. It's really good. I've even dipped egg rolls in it. It's good, guys. Trust me. So now we're going to take some vinegar. I just put some vinegar on a paper towel and I'm cleaning off the rim of my jars so that I don't have any issues with the sealing of the jars. And then we're just going to add our lids and our rings, and then they'll go into the canner. All right, and you know it's fingertip tight with the tightness of your rings. You don't want them too tight, but there you have it. That's first jar going in, Festive Jam. So we'll get all the other jars cleaned off and put into the canner. All right, guys, so we got 7 jars filled. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then it will process for 10 minutes. We'll start the timer after it starts boiling, and then we will be back when they are done. All right, guys, so we are done. Let's turn the heat off. You see that boil? Yes. So now I'm just going to push the pot off of the eye so that it can begin to cool down. And I will let these rest for about 5 or so minutes. And then I will take them out and put them on this towel. So once they have cooled, I will, well, once the pot has rested for 5 minutes, I will come back and show you the finished product and how they turned out. All right, guys, so it's time to pull them out. All right, so you just want to lift them straight up out of the pot. Sometimes there will be a little water on top of the lids. So there you have it, this pretty jam. I need to adjust my towel because it's got a hump there, so it's trying to make my jars fall over. But I'll adjust it for you so you can see, because I'm not going to be able to fit all the jars on one side, so you'll be able to see. And I don't know if I said this when I filled the pot with water with the jars in there. You want to make sure you have an inch or two of water above your jars when you are processing them. Look at that, guys. Y'all got to try this jam. I'm telling you, it's good. I will not steer you wrong. It is good. So there we have it. We got 7 jars of Festive Jam. Alright guys, so now they're just going to sit here for about 12 hours or so, maybe longer. And then I will put them up. I will take the rings off and store them. But I hope you like this video. Don't forget to thumbs up, share, comment below, and let me know if you've ever tried it before or if you plan on trying it. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.